I am Jon Stewart, Tiny Host Man. Ask me anything.
Before we start, be sure to like and subscribe to be the first to know about new videos. Comment your answer below.
What was filming coffee with comedians in cars like? The way they presented your prom scene was hilarious. I have always enjoyed hanging out with Jerry, who is, for comedians, someone you're in a little bit of awe of. It's like being in the presence of a master craftsman. And watching him work, or being able to make him laugh, is, whether you're sitting in the front seat of a 76 off-brown Gremlin or not, a pretty big deal. Who did you look up to when you grew up? I really looked up to the Monty Python guys. And the Mets. Strange bedfellows. That was pretty obvious during your John Cleese interview. Hi John, would you ever do another debate with Bill O'Reilly? Also, what are your impressions of Bill? I would absolutely. I always enjoyed it. It reminds me of everything Thanksgiving I had growing up, where my relatives would come over. And we would always end up screaming and yelling over plates of gravy and cranberry sauce, and then laughing our asses off while watching football later. Frankly, you and O'Reilly together are the most entertaining segments on both of your shows. A part of me would like to think you are actual friends. Bill O'Reilly has said that he considers Jon Stewart a friend. I don't know how true it is. Maybe they brunch together, I don't know. What are the biggest pros and cons of being famous for you? Stairs pro is you get nicer treatment than you deserve in many arenas. The con is people occasionally call you a bleeping scumbag on the street in front of your family. This sounds like you get treated in real life like a lot people get treated on the interwebs. Mr. Stewart, if you could go back in time and interview someone from history, who would it be and why? I would say Abraham Lincoln. For the obvious historical importance aspect, as well as the secret to the confidence of being able to rock the top hat and Amish beard. Respect. You should make Conan wear a top hat and fake beard next time he's on your show. Same height and nearly the same age as Lincoln when he was president, so it's pretty much a spot-on match. Damn, the banter between Jon Stewart and Abraham Lincoln would be razor sharp, I bet. You are president for a day. What is your first piece of legislation? Who is the first person you hire? Who would you pardon? I think the first thing I might do is photocopy my balls and send it to every teacher I had in high school. Then, onto the legislating. My first presidential hire would have to be Colbert. And I would pardon. Oh wow, that's a good one. I think I'm gonna have to check the list of pardon people. There's gotta be a couple of low-level weed cases. I will pardon you on one condition. That you hook me up with that shit once you're free. Hi John, what was going through your mind when Stephen Colbert lost his composure while eating a banana on The Daily Show? My greatest joys on the show were trying to make Stephen break, or the other correspondents. Because you felt as though you had accomplished something somewhat Herculean. It's not easy to tickle those folks, but when it happens, you savor it. You can actually see how satisfied you are when he breaks character. Thanks for doing this. When you went on Crossfire, did you expect to confound the hosts the way you did? Was it your mission from the start to disrupt their whole theater of debate and lead to their demise, or just to engage them about the nature of their show? It really was not my intent to be disruptive. I truly thought we'd have a goof about how terrible the program is at the top and move on, but the combination of their obstinance and my low blood sugar led to no bueno. John, please explain what about the script of The Faculty made you come to the conclusion that yes, I have to be in this movie. Was it the "now I am going to check your prostrate" line? Honestly, it was just a chance to hang out with Robert Rodriguez for a couple of weeks in Austin, Texas. If someone said to you, come to Austin, hang out with Robert Rodriguez, and all it'll cost you is at some point, someone will jam a pen filled with methamphetamines in your eye, wouldn't you do that too? Help me Jon Stewart, you're my only hope. In episode 4, how did the Dianoga, or trash compactor monster, not get crushed? Are we to assume he was birthed in the trash compactor or was placed there? Also, you are the voice of a generation, media icon, yada yada yada. It's an excellent question. What I believe occurred is within those compactors, you can generally find some corroded areas where a small compactor monster, a baby, if you will, could find respite. My guess is through the years he had worn that small opening into a home den and had been trained in a Skinnerian fashion to retreat to it upon hearing the giant grinding gears of the compactor kicking in. I can't prove it, but in my heart, I believe it to be true. So when he grabbed Luke, he was really trying to protect him from impending doom and bring him into the safety of his home den. Good guy Dianoga. You recently appeared at a tribute to Don Rickles. How did you first meet him? I met Don when he performed at Carnegie Hall. Don is truly one of the sweetest and kindest men in the business I've ever met. Not to tell tales out of school, maybe the finest smelling human being I know. Like a mix between Sinatra and a pastry. Favorite meal? I've gotta go with the classics. Your cheeseburger fry milkshake. Your pizza. Your solid steak. Steak and mash. Nice gravy. I'm not the most adventurous of eaters. So keep that aioli shit from me.
You have been visited by Sad Cat. Like this video and subscribe to the channel to make Sad Cat happy again.